So when you're vlogging and you're editing your content and you see like, oh yeah, that double chin looking kind of thick.
I'm gonna make you mine. There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
Good morning, beautiful people. We are here for another day. You want to see what I'm doing?
Morning.
Yes. Morning. Good morning. Yes. It is another beautiful day. We are here. We are healthy. We are healthy. We are blessed. We are going to start the day off right. I was actually going to start a traditional kind of like Caribbean like dish. I'm gonna do some saltfish with like onions and tomatoes, and I'm going to try something new. Dad's in the kitchen because we're coordinating a Target run. We're gonna do that now. I'm gonna go shower and we're gonna go to Target and pick up a couple of things. But like I said, I woke up with the intention of making something different, something that I've never tried, something that I don't know if this is a thing. I try to search online, and I know Caribbean people are gonna come and be like, yo, in Grenada we do this, in Antigua we do this, in Anguilla we do. Okay, I'm sure it exists, but it's not something that I grew up in my household. So that's the goal. So I was gonna do that for breakfast, but I'm going to shift it and do it for dinner instead, because like I said, we're gonna run to Target. Dan works tonight, so it is his long weekend. I never, well, let me not say that, because when I used to be like team overtime, I used to do multiple days straight. But when it comes to the weekend, I don't work Fridays because it's Sabbath to me, so I don't work Fridays. Dad has been doing the 3 days straight for, well, when he was at his other hospital, he used to do multiple days straight. He used to do every other weekend, and that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here at this hospital, sometimes he does 3 days straight. Sometimes it's the weekend, sometimes it's not. But he realizes the toll on his body, physically as well as emotionally. So he's going to take fewer 3 days straights. He's going to do 2 days, even if it's off 1 day or 2 days. But like I said, it takes a toll on your body, and I'm just so proud that he noticed that and he's doing something about it, because a lot of people will be like, oh, that's just my schedule, that's how I do it, I've been doing this for years, and they're not realizing that it breaks down your body. So this should be his last like 3 days straight in a very long time. You know, obviously if there's like, oh, you know, we have a vacation plan and he knows that he's gonna get a couple days off straight, then he'll probably do the 3 days, but 3 days, 12 hours. But as of right now, he's saying kind of no to that. But again, it's also like you put in your request and they might change your schedule. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, it will kind of work out. Yeah, we're gonna eat some oatmeal apparently, which I love. I'm gonna cook some oatmeal. I'm gonna do it on the stove top because I love, there's like a creaminess to it that the microwave can't do. Danny, you have anything to add?
Subscribe and wash your hands.
So, okay, wash your hands, okay, and subscribe. And to the people who've done it already, we've been getting an uptick of people who have been subscribing, and we want to say we thank you for taking the time to subscribe, and we thank you for taking the time to hit the bell notification, but most importantly, we thank you for just coming and watching our content. Some of you found us through family and friends, some of you found us randomly, and we do appreciate every bit of it. Our goal is to get to 100. You know, it's been a little of a journey to get to 100 because we know our views are, you know, up and ticking in the 10,000s now. And we're like, man, we only have a couple of subscribers. So we know people are watching and they're not subscribing. So if you can join the fam, join the plus pack and subscribe, you know, because it's a beautiful thing. We got a good thing going. And I'm excited for the journey that is to come. So, again, see you at Target.
All right, so random question to everyone out there. Me and Lisa are not debating this. We're talking about it right now. When do you wash your dish towels? And I don't mean to start anything, but like think about it this way.
Say that again. Not when. How do you?
Yeah, like with what load do you wash your dish towels? Because here's the thing, right? You're thinking, all right, you throw it in with your clothes. Well, with your underwear and all of that stuff, the thing that you intend to now like clean your dishes with, dry off your dishes with, yes, it's being washed, so everything should be clean. But like just the idea of that, then people are like, okay, just throw it in with your towels. Okay, but again, your towels are something, and your rag, if you use rags, won't get into that. We use rags.
You use rags on this house.
Yeah, if they're not cleaning rags or something like that, which our cleaning rags, no, I'm not washing them with our cleaning rags. Our cleaning rags clean floor, clean up baby mess.
Like the kitchen rags. Like
yeah, your kitchen rags that are going on your plates. Where do you wash them with? You wash them with the towels that you rub down your body with and the rags that you rub down your body with. You wash them with your dirty clothes, which have underwear in it. Like you try to make a load by itself, which is like in our household.
It's supposed to wash, right? So it's like, are you not trusting that it's gonna wash out?
I just think it's the idea of throwing it in a hamper, make it sit down for a couple of days with like dirty drawers and like clothes where you probably go outside and sweat up with and all of that. Like I don't know if my house guest after watching this is gonna be like, yeah, when do you wash those dish towels? Cause yeah, when do you wash your dish towels? You wait till every dish towel in your entire house dirty and make like a one load every like 4 or 5 months, or and that's if you have a lot of dish towels.
Maybe people don't use dish towels anymore.
Yeah, maybe we're just very old school and just you guys are just letting it sit in the dishwasher until it decides that every drop is gonna come off, which it never does. But like we have like these play mats for him, and then you know stuff like that. But even then, when do you wash the dish like when is it acceptable? What load of clothing or what laundry load is it acceptable to put the dish towels in? Or does no one really care as long as they're washed? Probably going to get edited out, but
What?
we just had a debate. We just had a whole thing a while ago with the nutmeg grater where Lisa was like, I didn't really think about washing that like that because I don't do anything else with it but nutmeg. And I was like, yeah. I wasn't looking at her like, ew, gross, you don't wash it. I was just looking at her like, yeah, but you can just scrub it off.
But
yeah.
like, this one is what he's talking. Like this is...
So my American friends, I don't even know if you guys have this. I've never really went in an American household and was that intimate with your kitchen, but we grate a nutmeg with this. Instead of like buying it like in its powder form, we just buy the nutmeg.
Do they sell nutmeg like that?
As a powder? Pretty sure they do. I've seen it in you know, like people. I don't know if I remember seeing it in stores because I'm so used to trying to buy it. I was like, full nutmeg.
I've ever seen in the household I grew up. It was always fresh nutmeg.
So
okay,
this is what we know to just use that, and you just take the nutmeg itself and just grate it down. But yeah, Lisa was saying she don't really know this to like wash like that.
I don't know. Maybe my mother was doing it, but me never, because it's like nutmeg is on it, you know.
Anyway, I just scrub it off with the scrub brush that will have the with this here. Like I said, I never looked at her like, ew, gross, you don't wash this thing.
You don't have to look at me like that. You saw it. I saw it on your face.
No, I didn't. I just looked at you like, yeah, I mean, you just get a quick scrub off and then just put it to dry. But yeah, we're halfway through this oatmeal. My goal is maybe an hour round trip. That might be even pushing it, to be honest. But we'll see.
He does this every time. It's like an hour round trip. Every time we go to the store, it's never an hour round trip. He goes to Aldi.
Hour round trip for me when I quickly try to run to the stores. I never said it's an hour round trip for
Even
like
when he
Costco or
goes to the
anything like
store, it's never an hour round trip. Stop.
Yes, it is. It's
Stop.
actually shorter than that. You're doing too much right now.
An hour round trip?
Yeah. What was the
Never.
last store I went to?
Never.
What
I
was
just
the last
edited a video where he was like, hour round trip. No.
It was 50 minutes.
Because he counted, right?
Yeah, I did.
Hour round trip.
matter of
Oh,
fact,
is that
I
the trip that you got when I got
Sure.
when you got like 3 different things?
No, that wasn't those stuff. That was like. Remember, I said the other thing is round trip include the 15 minutes that it take to get there. So that's 30 minutes from door to store and go back again. So that don't leave you a lot of time. So stop trying to make it sound like we live like in the Brooks where I can walk down to the bodega on the corner and I just waltz around the store.
Let me tell you something. He is forever talking about freaking bodegas and talking about Brooklyn and the Brooks and all that stuff. He's a hater, okay? He's a hater. We live in Davenport. We live far from everything. An hour round trip. Well, we are going to just Target. Target is pretty close. Aldi is pretty close. But don't think you could do an hour round trip to BJ's. So we 12:45. We are on our way to Target, but we're probably gonna do a couple other stops. Aldi, Target, then maybe Burlington. Dan has a return to do, some shirts that he bought. That's about it. But again, Dan is working a 3-day weekend, so I'm not trying to keep him on the road. Otherwise, I could drop him back home, and then me and Kellan can ride out.
All right, so we did make it to Target, and we're trying Kellan out with one of these carts. My big problem with Kellan and the cart was that the traditional cart faces the kid away from the direction that we're headed. This one, he can kind of see where we're headed, so I think he'll be much better with this one. Lisa is in this little area. I don't know what they normally call it. I think they call it something spot, where they have like sales items. Very popular with teachers when they are trying to still do their due diligence and still do it to the best of their ability with buying kids gifts, and usually it's out of their own money.
Yeah.
What is that?
They have the best stuff at the, what is it called?
It's like Spots Corner or something.
Bullseye, something like that. So yeah, like this is, if you want, this is $1. Want gifts for like birthday parties and stuff like that, like favors, these are like, come in here and check out the stuff. They don't have what I wanted, but now they have a lot of fall items.
Yeah, this spot is always like one season ahead. So like you're still in August in the summer heat. They're like halfway through fall, getting ready to start putting out Christmas trees by the time like school starts. I do have work today, but I figured let's just go in the store. Everything can't just be you know, like mobile order and trying to deal with what you can find there, and just that. We didn't really leave the house for the 2 days that I was off. I was like, yo, even if it's to the store, I'd rather that be a little bit of an outing before I start my 3 days. So let's see you in another aisle.
Look at the brown hands. You know I love things with brown hands. The different shades of color that represent all people.
Star.
You are out of the world. That's not cute. Oh, teachers? Teachers love this spot. Like, you will find 9 times out of 10 there's teachers in here grabbing up stuff for their kids.
I'm going to left Lisa over there, you know, because she's having too much fun over there. But when I go into the store and I spend no extra time in the store, what you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Then it's militant time to grab exactly what you need and leave out. $15. Meh. Anyway, let's head over to the groceries. Alright, so here's the thing, right? So I have been of late very like compliant with things. I don't have anything where I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, I'm not gonna do that. But a while ago I was at the front of the store by the like little sales area, and I was told by security you cannot film in here, which is kind of dumb. Like, Target, do better than that. What are we doing in here? Yeah, so it's like, it's very dumb. Like, we're showing your products. I'm not filming anyone. Like, I'm not walking around interviewing the people that work in there or doing like some kind of investigational thing. I'm promoting your sales here at Target. So if that is a real Target policy, do better. If it's not, maybe you might want to talk to your security about that, because I've never seen that. I literally just watched a video where somebody did a dance in the middle of the store, and you could tell they very much knew there's somebody else filming someone while they're dancing at the front by the registers. The line wasn't busy, so they weren't getting in anyways. Just like I wasn't standing in the middle of the walkway when I was filming. But at the same time, I'm not going to really push it and film anymore really in here. It's just, that's a shame, because most of the time, what are we doing? We're filming like Good and Gather brand and organic stuff and that like that. Anyway, see you guys probably in the car, since we can't film in here.
So we're grabbing some food from Honey's BBQ. It's in Davenport. Yeah, so I'm rushing home because I want him to be able to get some sleep. When you're doing 3 days, people don't understand. When you're doing 3 days, it's 3 12-hour shifts back to back. It's rough. So you really do want to get rested up, especially for the start of a weekend, because you never know what the weekend will hold for you. On the floor, Fridays can be like, Saturdays are usually pretty chill, and then Sundays can always just kind of be really good or really bad. And then like 5 o'clock on your Sunday, so 5 a.m. Monday morning is usually always like, you know, I don't want to say show, but one of those. So yeah, I'm trying to get him to rest. So I wanted something like quick and easy that we could go home and eat, but he wanted this barbecue place, which might take a while, and maybe this frozen yogurt place. Dan might be grabbing a bubble tea, which I told him he doesn't need, because we're trying to eat healthier. That's the other thing about vlogging. When you are vlogging, guys, okay, you kind of, Dan always says it, like when you're starting to lose weight, you realize kind of like how far you've gone. And I was never like a size 2, you know, like I've always had like big breasts and like, you know, curvaceous and all that stuff. But you never really know how far you've gone until you start to like kind of like look at yourself differently. And it's not a bad thing, you know. You just realize like, hey, this is how I am seen. So when you're vlogging and you're editing your content and you see like, oh yeah, that double chin looking kind of thick, or your belly is looking a little larger, it kind of takes you back. Some of you probably have seen like me postpartum, and when I left the hospital I was like 175 postpartum, because I had lost weight being in the hospital for those couple of weeks. And you know, if you want to talk about the snapback, I guess technically I snapped back pretty quickly. It was quarantine that kind of left me in the house like, well, I'm postpartum, I'm gonna order cookies, I'm gonna sit in my house and with the baby. So postpartum, that 4th trimester, which, you know, we don't really talk about much, but that 4th trimester was a bit of a difficult transition for my body, right? It went from, you know, baby weight to losing weight in the hospital with the baby weight to delivering the baby and like drastically losing another set of pounds, and then gaining weight because now looking back, I realize there's a bit of like baby blues mixed in there during a pandemic, where you feel like, oh, I want to go back and help and I can't, and do I really want to go back because I could harm my child or put my child at risk, you know, him being a preemie and me coming back with germs and stuff like that. So all that coupled in, I ate I'm an emotional eater. I ate, and here we are, you know. And I've kind of fluctuated a little up and down, but not where I really kind of need to be fluctuating to. So yeah, so we are trying to get our hands back into control of losing this weight. So I am 2 years postpartum, right? And I still am not back to where I want to be physically, you know, where I feel like my clothes fit me the best. So it's gonna take time, and I'm not rushing it, but it's noted. I see myself, and I'm really working on it. So to all the mommies out there that are a year out, 2 years out, 3 years out after having a baby, don't beat yourself up. You know, this is just the process. We got beautiful kids, and a beautiful kid or beautiful children out of it. Just search for what makes you comfortable, right? If you are the size you are now and you're happy with that, be happy with that. Don't worry about anybody else. I don't feel happy in how my clothing fit. I could just, like, you know, go up a size or a couple sizes, which, you know, I don't think I'm like banging out of my clothes, but I want to feel comfortable in the skin I'm in, and you know, yeah. So sometimes you gotta adjust to that, and Dan and I are really kind of powering through and kind of learning what works best for our bodies in weight loss. So to the mamas that are losing weight and trying to like reclaim their physical body, tell me what you're doing, okay? Is it meal planning? Is it exercising? Is it just like eating less? You know, I've seen some women do the fasting, and like, you know, you got to know what's best for you. If you have health conditions that are concerning, speak to your doctor before you do anything crazy. So that's kind of where I am. But I'm hungry now. I really want to eat something, and it's almost 3 o'clock, so we gotta go. I'm gonna call Dan and kind of get him to give me a ETA. Yeah. So we're back home, and I'm sharing out some lunch. I'm rushing to get Dan to sleep. But I wanted you guys to see a little bit of the food. I started to get it already because I gave Kellan his share. Let me show you what I gave him. This is what he's eating. Some of the cheesy fries that I got with my poutine, and then some brisket and cheese. So this is the cheesy fries, and then they send some of this orange Velveeta cheese, and then brisket. That's one meal here. Then the other meal is, all of this is one meal. So you get seasoned fries, 4 chicken wings that are smoked, some brisket, because Dan picks 2 meats, so it's kind of whatever you want. And then, what is this? Did you do the coleslaw this time? Oh, he did a mac and cheese. Ooh. Ooh. I don't really know what this one is. I guess this is for the poutine as well.
Yeah,
so.
The poutine comes,
oh, no, that's actually. And then this is the hillbilly chili. Let me tell you guys, you're gonna eat at Honey BB's. Let me tell you what you need to do. Get an order of these seasoned fries. Get an order of this hillbilly chili. Right there, there's a meal, okay? 2 sides, side of fries, and hillbilly chili, and you good to go. Like, that's really like what the poutine is, but just next level. All right, guys, see you in a little.
I think it's one of a kind. There's something special about your love. I want it all the time. You will always be my inspiration.